It is 3:30 in the morning, and I just made coffee. Coffee first. It's medium roast Arabica. And this is going to be my Odax spread. Hi there, this is Marvin, and this is my wife, Jen, and we are actually an avid cyclist that usually go around the Philippines using our bikes. We've been through a lot of places, and I just wanted to share to you my preparation for the Audax ride. Audax is pretty much like your marathon when it comes to cycling. And this is the plan, to use the 6-speed Brompton T-bar, and hopefully we should be able to finish the Audax route coming end of January. So the goal today is to practice on the flats. So we're gonna have a 150 kilometer distance total ride. This is from Santa Maria, Bulacan, all the way to Gapan. Our goal is to reach Vigan, or Little Vigan, and take it from there. We should have an average of 27 kilometers an hour, so that we could have an average or maintain that 25 to 27. The route is pretty basic. You got your flatlands, probably a little bit of gradient here and then in San Miguel, but the route that we are going to replicate is going to be similar in Tarlac. And we have just reached the arc of San Miguel, Bulacan. A lot of cyclists and motorists usually stop here and take photos as remembrance. You would see here, still a couple of cyclists. See here a couple of cyclists taking photos. And I just got my new Insta360 Go 2 camera. I'm trying out some different angles so that different perspective. And there's Mark over there using his 6-speed Brompton as well, and I'm still convincing him in joining the Audax route. Hopefully after this few days he would decide to join us. And one of the things you need to remember when joining a long distance event, or pretty much if you're just going to be traveling around, make sure that you prepare your bike. It's in tip-top shape, and setting that aside, what I'm doing now is checking myself first if I would be able to endure the hours of riding. The target time for the Audax 300 is 20 hours as the cutoff time. I have chosen to use this bike because of the handlebar. The P-bar, I would say, is one of the best handlebars you're going to have when it comes to long distance touring. You would have a lot of hand positions, and as you can see a while ago, that's like my semi-aero position, where I put my hand on top of the bar so that my hands could rest when holding the handlebars. Here you would see Mark maximizing the draft so that we can save a lot of energy when drafting with fellow cyclists. It takes a lot of experience to draft, because the only way you can maximize it if you're gonna be, close to the rider. The closer you get, the better because of the draft. You're gonna be protected against the wind. However, if it's shorter or you're much closer to the rider, the bigger the risk when it comes to sudden stops. You won't be able to respond right away if that happens. So you have to be very, very alert. Another tip I want to share is, of course, wear comfortable clothing. So in this scene, a fellow cyclist saw us, riding together, and he was kind of curious. What is this 16-inch folding bike doing, riding at around 30 to 33 kilometers an hour? So he caught up with us and actually stared at Mark's folding bike, or his Brompton. He looked for a couple of seconds there, staring. How is this bike reach this kind of speed? Especially the tires are small and the internal gear is kind of deceiving. You would think it only has 1 or 2 speeds. So after a couple of seconds, that cyclist, the young cyclist, actually followed and drafted behind Mark and looked at his bike, staring and probably confused. Why is this bike so fast? So he tried to ride along with us. He actually went forward, and I did tease him a little bit because I wanted him to see that it can actually go faster. So I think I was running at 40 kilometers an hour here, and then I left Mark for a couple of minutes there so that cyclist, I'm checking out if he's going to try to catch up as well, but I don't think he was able to catch up. And that gave me pretty high heart rate there, probably 170. Had to really pedal fast to probably 100 revolutions per minute. So one of my favorite positions when using this handlebar is right below there. It would actually replicate your position when it comes to riding a full-size road bike, and it's similar to holding the drop bars. This one's like similar to the air position. If your hand is tired, you can actually do that too. And we have just reached our destination, Little Vigan. You'll see here, these are the cobblestones. The voice that you're hearing in the background is actually mass. There's a church close by, early morning, and they're actually conducting mass. I've been to Little Vigan like several times now. So if you haven't visited, a lot of cyclists visit this place. It's pretty nice. You guys should check it out. If you are into the old houses, Spanish architecture during those times, this is the place to be. And after reaching our destination, of course, it's time to eat. It's time for some sustenance. Now we've ordered some vegetables, grilled liempo, of course. In every Filipino table, you can't forget calamansi and soy sauce or toyo. And we had some sinampaloka sabaw soup. Awesome meal.
And after having that awesome meal, it's now time to catch up with the Peleton. The Peleton, from the French word that originally meaning platoon, is the main group or pack of riders. Riders in a group save energy by riding close or drafting or slipstreaming to the other riders. The reduction in drag is dramatic. Riding in the middle of a well-developed group, drag can be reduced as little as 5 to 10%. And we need to maximize this. Exploitation of this potential energy saving leads to complex cooperative and competitive interactions between riders and teams in race tactics. And that's probably the last tip that I can give you. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.